Welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real 100%, where we are here to talk about life. We hope you are having a fantastic day. We are so glad you came to join in our conversation today. Let's go ahead and jump in.
I keep forgetting to add to stage, Lord. I keep doing it. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real 100%. We're 100% real about life. And we definitely gonna talk about it. Something came to my mind the other day. And it was like, it was weird, but it took me back a little bit. Um, I don't know if you can see as the topic is below, not below, but somewhere down there, when we go live. Um, it's talking about being dropped. Um, Not necessarily, I wouldn't just say just drop like that, but like, how would you put it? Pretty much being dropped, I guess. So I had posted, I'm trying to find it now while we're talking. Let me see if I can find it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to read it to you so you'll know what I was talking about. I want this to sound like I'm all over the place. Um, but I was just, when you feel you're dropped. So I'm gonna read it what I wrote the other day. So hopefully it makes sense better than me rambling along. Um, have you ever felt that you were dropped? Have you ever just looked around and noticed that no one is around? Have you ever needed someone to talk to and no one answered you? Psalms 27:10 says, "When my mother and father forsake me, then the Lord will take me up." I believe this is just not only for your parents, but this could be for anybody, like family, friends, and anyone else that's connected to you. Looking over my own life, I've been dropped, or they have turned their back on me. When I felt this, I fell into a deep depression and in deeper into my sin that I was already in and more. Why come out when you don't have anything to come out on the other side waiting for you? You come out and all you see is fingers pointing at you, or people not there for you. Once you get alone and you really start to think and you have nothing else, the Lord comes and shows himself to you. Shows you that he's been there the whole time, always from the beginning to the end. He shows you many ways that that when everyone left and you felt alone, he was there. He is there. So yeah, like I wrote that in a blog yesterday because it was just something that dropped in my spirit. Um, and when you ever feel like you're just so deep into your sin and like nobody seems to relate with you, or you don't seem like you don't have anybody to talk to, right? Because even when I was in my sin, I really didn't have nobody to talk to. The people that I did talk to, talk to, they were okay with me being where I was. But if I was to talk to anybody else, you know, if I was ignored or ostracized or sent to hell, um, it was a lot. I really didn't have nobody be like, hey, you know what? You got this. There was a couple people here and there, of course, but it didn't help the way my brain was already set up, the way I was already deep in there because of everything that was already said. And it didn't just start off that way. It started off, it took years, right, to build all of those thoughts and all of those, the ways of my thoughts, and just me being deeper and deeper and deeper in the struggle that I already had. Um, and like I said, other things that added on top of it didn't make it any better. I thought it could numb it. Was no numbing. It was enhancing it. It was making it more intense. Um, and I was okay with that because, like I said earlier, when you come out of it or when you think that you can be okay, there's nobody there. There's nobody there to, um, I guess, relate with you, like I said before. But to know that God was there for me the whole time, God was there listening to my inner cry, wanting to be free, not wanting to be where I was and how I was. Um, he heard me. Though I didn't really just say too many words, I just was there. I was just in the place, in the being place, I guess. I don't know. Um, but when I finally realized that God was the only one that who could really deliver me and set me free, and the one that I'm gonna have to stand before at the end of the day, that kind of changed. That changed me. That let me know that, hey, I wasn't alone in the situation. Because He was always there. I could go to Him and talk to Him about the things that I was struggling with, and let it go. He didn't be one of those kind of people where, when I struggled or when I sinned or when I failed, they were talking about it. Things that are done 16 years ago, people are still talking about it. Like, hello, 16 years ago, like, that's a whole life, but still, and the stuff I did 5 years ago, people are still talking, but in me, and I'm confident that God has me, now. So not to really, worried about other people, but I want to encourage you to get there, to where, people's words, people's deeds and everything, it doesn't faze you, because that's what people do. People gonna always do that, right? They're gonna drop you. They're gonna turn their back on you. They're gonna keep talking. They're just gonna find anything and everything to try to hold you down, right? Not everybody, but those those ones, right? Those ones. But I just wanted to encourage you and let you know that, hey, God is your answer. He is your answer. He's always gonna be your answer. Know that you're not alone in it. Though people don't want to talk about their past, people don't. They like, well, they're saved, sanctified, and delivered, completely. But somebody needs your story. Somebody needs to know how you came out, what it was, your path, so they don't have to go down it. Like, why would you want somebody to go to hell on reruns? No. So I'm going to encourage you to come to God, because again, at the end of the day, at the end of life, that's who's going to be the one who you got to stand before, right? And not other people's opinions. You can't point at them and say, well, hey, they kept talking about me, they kept doing this and that or whatever, but God gonna help you with that. That's why I'm telling you to come to Him, because that's your way out of a lot of things. So again, if you ever felt dropped, if you ever felt like you were alone, you ever felt like you had nobody to talk to and everybody's backs was turned against you, come to God, because that's who's going to help you, right? So again, come to God, truly, because it's way past time. The way this world is going, we need to, like, right now. Don't waste another day, another hour, another moment. Just come to God. It doesn't have to be in a church building, but get into a church. But no, just raise your hand and say, Lord, here am I. So, again, be encouraged on today, and I will come back and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
We hope that you enjoyed this conversation. Remember to come to God. It's time. This will be the best decision you will make in your life. Also remember that I am not you, you are not me, but we can be real together. Come back and join in our conversation.